The Resistance X-Wing, and basically I don't have the Resistance X-Wing. I have the Black X-Wing, which is the same thing, just different box and painted differently. But anyway, I'll get one yet. But so I wanted to start the X-Wing build, so went ahead and took bought another black one. And first thing I did is I got the parts out and I washed them all, and then I went in and just took some sandable primer, and I sprayed all the parts with primer. It sticks real good, and you got a blank canvas and you are ready to go. One thing I did start on was this is where the speaker box is, or the, excuse me, speaker holes. I just took some styrene, traced it out and scored it, and bent it over. That way I didn't have to use any putty, and then I can sand it down a little bit. Just makes it a nice cleaner panel there. This right here is where the battery cover goes, and I basically glued it in, and again, you could putty it, but it's just easier just to put a little styrene on there. I'll score it down the middle, bend it to get the curve, and you're good to go. Now I kind of cheated on the landing gear bay here. The landing gear probably the bay should be like flush inside the hole, but I didn't really want to screw with that, getting it all out. So what I did is just I put a piece of styrene square on there, and I just glued a piece of styrene for the bay door right there. And I just made it a little decorative, just give it a little definition there, and then what I'll do is I'll score the line, make a panel line for it. But anyway, got that part. Right through here it says Revell or Lucasfilm. I sanded that all off. That's all smooth. There's some more here on the wings, like right there. I'll get that pretty much sanded off, and then add some styrene squares and a little just added detail just to make it look busy. And but it's really just a decent representation. And one thing about this kit, it is really close to 1/48 scale. So I'll say this: if you get the Bandai one, it's a 72nd. So if I buy that, I'll have a 72nd scale. I'll have a 1/48, and then if Revell comes out with a glue kit, it may be 1/48 or it may be bigger. But anyway, for right now, I have a 1/48 scale Force Awakens X-Wing. But anyway, going to add. I got to do a little more sanding. Wanted to show everyone if you can see it. If I didn't already sand it off, right through here, if you see the circles, that's about 4 places on there, if you can see it. And I'm just going in and just got to go sand it a couple times just to get it flush with the wing, and you're done. And so that's what I'm working next on, the wings, and then we'll do the guns later. But I wanted to get the main fuselage kind of took care of. For the cockpit, this is the electronic thing, and actually, if you can see, it's like it goes up like so. So what I did is I took a razor saw, cut it down the middle, popped it open, took this all off. This actually still works, but I really don't care about that anymore. But if you put the kit together like it is, the seat's raised up all the way, and you can't put a pilot in, and it should be recessed. So what I did is I whacked it in a quarter off of it, just right below the seat here. BB-8, glued him in from the bottom, and then recessed the seat down so I could fit my 1/48 scale pilot in here, which I did cut his feet off, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make him sit flush, and then I'll be able to add the arms and everything. For his head, though, I'm probably going to whack his head off, use a human pilot head here, and then sculpt basically a helmet, because the new helmets are not real bulky anymore like the old ones. Are more contoured to the head, so I'll probably do something of that nature. And then I'm going to add a little more styrene in here just to fill up some gaps and just to make it look busy and just fill in the void. And then there you have it. I mean, just really simple, simple modeling skills here. You know, a little bit of styrene, a little bit of cutting, and you can have a nice 1/48 scale kit out of a snap type kit. And sometimes when you buy model kits, sometimes a snap type kit is the only way to get a kit in a certain scale, which as a lover of models, I am all for it. But anyway, that is what I have got going on today. Converting the snap type Force Awakens X-Wing to a 48 scale resistance fighter. And I do have a shed update, so stay tuned for that. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.